Have you ever noticed that the nicer you are, the less seriously people take you? Like you're always the one helping with assignments, lending notes, saying yes to group work, covering shifts, replying instantly, and somehow you're still the one who gets ignored, talked over, or taken for granted. It's confusing because nobody teaches us that being too nice can actually lower how people value us. And I learned this the hard way. There was a time I thought being nice meant being respected. I thought if I was always available, always understanding, always supportive, people would automatically treat me better. So I said yes to everything, group projects I didn't want, favors I didn't have time for, late night calls when I had exams the next morning. And for a while I felt like a good person, needed, reliable, the solid one, but slowly something shifted. People stopped asking, they started expecting. And that's when I realized something uncomfortable. Respect is not built on how much you give. It's built on what you're willing to withhold. That sounds harsh, but stay with me. Psychologically, when you're too nice, you remove tension. And tension is what creates value. When people know you'll always say yes, there's no risk in asking. When they know you'll never push back, there's no consequence for crossing your boundaries. The brain naturally values what feels scarce and self-controlled, not what feels unlimited and always accessible. Think about it. In school, who gets more respect? The student who always shares answers no matter what? Or the one who helps sometimes but protects their own time? In friend groups, who gets listened to? The person who laughs everything off? Or the one who calmly says, nah, that's not cool? There's something powerful about controlled energy. And that's what too nice people struggle with. But here's the part nobody talks about. Most people who are too nice aren't actually nice because they're kind. They're nice because they're afraid. Afraid of conflict, afraid of being disliked, afraid of losing connection, afraid of being alone. And when your niceness is driven by fear instead of choice, people can feel it, even if they don't consciously know why. It comes off as approval seeking. And approval seeking lowers perceived status. I know that stings a bit. It stung me too. Let's be honest. How many times have you said it's fine when it wasn't fine? How many times have you laughed at a joke that low-key disrespected you? How many times have you agreed to plans you didn't want, then complained about burnout later? Exactly. Being too nice creates internal resentment, and resentment leaks into your energy. You feel drained, overworked, unappreciated, and then one day you explode, or you ghost everyone, and they're shocked because you trained them to believe you were always okay. So what's actually happening psychologically? When you constantly prioritize others over yourself, you signal that your time, needs, and boundaries are flexible. Humans subconsciously rank value based on self-respect. If you don't protect your time, why should they? If you tolerate small disrespect, why wouldn't it grow? The brain categorizes you as safe to push. And once that category is formed, it's hard to change. But here's the good news. You don't have to become rude. You don't have to become cold. You don't have to flip your personality. You just need to shift from nice to calm boundaries. There's a difference. Nice, sure, I guess I can double quotes, boundaries say, I can't this time. Nice says, it's okay, don't worry about it. Boundaries say, that didn't sit right with me. See the difference? One shrinks, one stands. So let's get practical. Because awareness without action changes nothing. Step 1, stop over-explaining. This alone will change how people treat you. When you say no, don't attach a 3-paragraph apology. Don't give a dramatic reason. Just say, I'm not available. Silence after that is power. The more you justify, the more it sounds negotiable. And when people feel something is negotiable, they negotiate. Step 2, delay your response. If you're used to replying instantly, especially in group chats or when someone asks for favors, pause. Not to manipulate, but to break the always available pattern. Even a small delay retrains how people perceive your accessibility. It signals that your time has structure. Step 3, correct small disrespect early. Not aggressively, calmly. If someone makes a comment that crosses a line, don't laugh it off. Just say, what do you mean by that? Or let's not go there. Short, controlled. You'll be surprised how quickly behavior shifts when you respond once. Now here's the mini cliffhanger part, because this is where it gets uncomfortable. When you start doing this, some people will pull away. Yeah, it's okay. Because they weren't respecting you. They were benefiting from you. There's a difference. The right people won't disappear when you raise your standards. They'll adjust. The ones who leave were attached to your lack of boundaries, not your personality. I remember the first time I said no to something I would normally say yes to. My heart was racing. I felt guilty for hours. I replayed the message in my head. I thought I'd ruin the friendship, and you know what happened? Nothing. The world didn't end. The person just asked someone else. That's when it hit me. A lot of the fear was imaginary. Another thing we need to talk about is self-image. When you see yourself as the nice one, you trap yourself in that identity, and identity controls behavior. If someone challenges you, you hesitate because it feels out of character. But what if your new identity became respectful but firm? You can still be kind, still supportive, still generous, but with limits, because real kindness is a choice, not a survival strategy. And let's connect this to productivity for a second. When you're too nice, you overcommit. When you overcommit, you burn out. When you burn out, you procrastinate. And then you feel behind in school, behind in life, behind in everything. Boundaries are not just social tools, they are productivity tools. They protect your focus. Imagine what would change if you protected just 1 hour a day for yourself. No favors, no distractions, no emotional labor, just your goals, your workouts, your assignments, your growth. That's not selfish. That's disciplined. And discipline builds respect from others and from yourself. Here's something powerful. People respect consistency. If you are unpredictable, nice sometimes, resentful sometimes, explosive sometimes, people feel unstable around you. But if you are consistently calm and firm, your reputation changes. You become someone whose no means no, and whose yes actually means something. So tonight I want you to try something small. Don't overhaul your personality. Just pick one moment where you would normally shrink and don't. One moment where you'd normally say yes and pause. One moment where you'd normally laugh off disrespect and calmly respond. Watch how it feels. It will feel uncomfortable at first. Growth always does. But discomfort is not danger. It's adjustment. Being too nice is not your personality flaw. It's usually a learned coping strategy. Maybe you grew up avoiding conflict. Maybe you were praised for being easygoing. Maybe you just didn't want to lose people. That's human. But you're not a kid anymore. You get to redefine how you show up. You can be warm and strong, kind and firm, generous and self-respecting. And when you shift from fear-based niceness to confident boundaries, something crazy happens. People don't see you as less nice. They see you as more solid, more grounded, more grown. So here's the summary. If people are losing respect for you, it's not because you're kind, it's because you're overextending without limits. Stop over-explaining. Pause before saying yes. Correct small disrespect early. Protect your time like it matters, because it does. Try this tonight. Just one boundary, one calm no, one protected hour. Let's level up together, not by becoming colder, but by becoming stronger. And trust me, the moment you respect yourself a little more, the world adjusts.